What's happening, guys? Paladin here, and welcome to another video. Today I want to discuss a little bit about a card that every player that plays Branded wants in DCG, and I'm referring to Duality. You know, the quick play spell that now only OCG has. It's a great card, in my opinion. As you can see in the background, it's more than great in Despia. It sets up a Dragoon before even activating your Branded Fusion, which is insane because, as we've said many times in here, Ash Blossom hurts the deck a lot. And Duality fixes that problem because it can turn your Granugnol into a Dragoon for free, and it can also give you a draw from the graveyard with his graveyard effect. Having an Omni Negate is always nice, especially on your turn, because you can summon Baron with a new support in your turn, the first turn, because the branded cards lock you out in fusions, so you have to wait for your opponent's turn to go before Baron. Dragoon is very useful in that scenario. It's a good card, in my opinion. As Duality right now cannot be taken. People cannot, play it at its fullest because Dragoon is not legal in the OCG. It's banned, so Despia cannot really play the card there. While the TCG, we can play it because Dragoon is legal here. So that's the difference. That's why people in the OCG don't use Duality as much, because they don't have Dragoon. I don't really know what Konami has in mind, about releasing this card and when. I doubt that they will give us the card in the next set, like in the Cyberstorm Maxes. But if they do, it will be dope. I'm not going to lie on this. One set that would be a really good opportunity for Konami to release the card, along with Shadow's Light, the other spell that really works well with Invoked, for example, is Battles of Legend, the set that comes out either in June or July. I'm not sure when exactly. That set would be really good opportunity for Konami to give us the card, and boost the Despia even further. Right now, I don't see Despia getting hit on the list. There's no reason. Like, it hasn't really done well in the recent tournaments in the YCSs. So, aside from Expulsion, I don't see the deck getting hit, which is good because we need all the cards at 3 right now, that we get the new support cards in Cyberstorm Access. So if they happen to give us Duality, in the upcoming sets, the deck would be way better than it already is. Right now, the problems that the deck has. I told you in yesterday's video some ways to play around us, but having Dragoon before even playing Branded Fusion actually solves the deck's biggest problem. Right now I'm working on a build with Nadir Servant and new cards from Cyberstorm Access, as I told you yesterday. Nadir Servant is a really good card, in my opinion. Not that great right now because we don't have Quem and Lulu and the DCG, but it will be way better after Cyberstorm Access drops. It's actually a decent way to play around us without having to main deck, counters for it. I see many people, play either the Keeper of Dragon Magic builds or crossouts, and filling their decks with bricks just to counter Ash Blossom, and most of the times it's just not enough. I like the Keeper build with the Predaplants and stuff. It's fun to play, but in my opinion, it's not the solution to this deck's problem. And regarding crossout, sure, if you have it in hand, it can be life-saving, but the card is way better in decks that can run many hand traps, so to have more targets for it. So I'm not really a fan of main decking it, at least in Despia. I like to side it in this deck because there are decks that, in game 2 will side in stuff like barriers that are not a lose for this deck. But I'm not really a fan of maining it because it will be dead versus any other hand trap, except if you have the space to play more than Blossom as a target. But this deck has a very large engine. Like especially if we're talking about Branded Bastial with a new support, the main deck is extremely tight right now. Like personally, I find it very difficult to keep the deck at 40 right now. I'm not going to lie on this, and I believe that everyone has the same problem because this deck has a very large engine, and also the extra deck is really tight right now. So, in my opinion, cards like Crossout can be decent, but not as good as they seem to be. I prefer cards like Duality that, not only will save you from an Ash Blossom, but will also save you from other stuff like, evenly, board wipes and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, if Duality comes out, there's no reason to even think about playing stuff like Keeper or Crossout, etc. Nadir Servant also is a decent way to play around us. It's not exactly a branded fusion, but it can set up your board in a way that you can summon your boss monsters even if your branded fusion gets asked. And now that we have Lulu and Quem in a few days in DCG, the card, in my opinion, will be a staple in this deck, will be very good. As you can see in the OCG also, people run it. It's the most popular variant right now, Dogmatica branded. But as I said, the deck is slaughtered. Bastials are all at 1 except Saronir. And brand fusion is limited, branded opening is limited. So they don't really have many solutions and options. While in TCG, we have everything at 3. So if they happen to give us Duality, the deck will explode. And in my opinion, if Caster also gets 1 or 2 hits, Despia can climb up and be the best deck. So this is what I had to say about Duality. I hope they will give us the card soon, but I'm not really optimistic regarding that. Konami, they can give you the card now or in like 2 years or like, ever. You don't really know what's going on. You can't be in their minds right now. I believe that they won't give us the card that soon. Or they will give it to us in the future if, we get a hit on Branded Fusion or something like that. You see in the replays how the card works in the background. That's why I had the replays in this video. This is an old video with a build that I've made specifically for Duality. So you see how the card works, pretty much. So this is pretty much it. That's what I had to say about Duality. If you have any questions or anything to say, comment down below. This is a discussion video after all. So stay safe and see you next time.